I'm working in Screencast Pro. I'm looking at a collection called Photo Music Slideshows. There are currently 767 videos in this collection. The collection user interface currently only supports thumbnail view. This is unsatisfactory. Many of the video names are long and they simply do not display properly at all in the UI. You have to either hover over one to look at the name or you have to zoom in. I'll zoom in, and the best technique in this point is that if I go to two thumbnails side by side, I can then read what's on the thumbnail itself. That's easier for me to find a video than by trying to find it in the title. The problem is that scrolling is also very slow this way. You have to scroll through a lot of images in order to find the video you're looking at. And with 767 videos in the collection, finding the one you want could be extremely tedious. Now, you can use the browser's find function, which in Edge is Control F. And when it displays, you can type in a keyword. I've already pre-entered a keyword called aviation. And over here in the scroll area, you can see where those things begin to show up by the little orange hacks. I can click on one and or move the scroll thing down to one, and I'll find where they start. The problem with this is that the find function only finds items in the currently displayed part of the page. If you go down to where something hasn't been displayed yet and it fills in, well, they're not going to show up. And then you have to click this again to find where they are, and there's no logical way to index between where this is and what you just clicked on. So I'm going to scroll down and try to find more of these. This is very, very awkward and completely, in my opinion, worthless as a way to find videos in a large collection. Now, I have a video that contains the phrase NYC for New York City. And I just entered it, but it shows 0 hits. And that's because it's near the end of this collection, and I haven't loaded that part of the page yet. So in order to find New York City, I have to basically scroll and scroll and scroll, and I'm using the page down now to try to fill in this thing. And doing it with the large thumbnails is too tedious. So I'm going to scroll back out, get more thumbnails in here, and now I'll keep scrolling. And I'm doing so, I'm looking up here and finding that New York City shows 0. And I can't even tap this because there's no NYC in any of these titles yet. And I've got a long way to go, so I'll keep scrolling. I happen to know I've got to go to 2014, I believe, in order to find that. And so far, these images are all based on year, month, and date. So I got a long way to go. So I'm going to keep going. And I'm just scrolling and scrolling, trying to pre-populate. The reason I'm showing this is that the Screencast UI for collections needs a function that will load entire page at one time, not require me to do the scrolling in order to reach something. And it looks like it's running slow. I'm only at 2011, and it's just hanging up on me. This is not satisfactory at all. It's makes the job of working this thing extremely tedious. And I seem to be stuck in River City right now. Okay, I don't think it's going to unfreeze itself. I'm going to do Control F5 to refresh the page. Maybe it's just crapped out. I don't know. Oh, no, it came back. Trouble is, I got to start all over again. So let me go out some more to get some more pages. Once again, I'll start paging down these guys. Maybe I can even get more in here. Yeah, that helps. Again, this is just a very awkward way to run an airline, in my opinion. So we'll go down here until I try to fill them all in. I'm doing page down, trying to load the page. And I happen to know that this is now the last one. So I'll go Control Home, go back to the top. I'm going to zoom in again so I get a decent sized image to work with. This will work. Open my find function, Control F. And New York City's there. I got one. It's not in play yet, so I'll click the down button. We've navigated to one-on-one. And I happen to know that that's this, but you don't see the orange outline that you're supposed to see when it shows up in the title. I can hover, and that's where the New York City is. And if I zoom in, try to find that New York City one again. There it is. Still can't find the yellow. So even though I can get near it, but I can't find the exact one because of the way this thing doesn't let you find functions using this thing here. There's a orange thing here, but I really can't tell this exact position because you can't center this over this and find the right one. It depends on the zoom. So I just zoomed out and we'll pull it down again. And it's just not satisfactory. Again, all I'm trying to do is find a particular video by a keyword in the name, and I happen to know it's right there. So not worth it at all. It's kind of worthless. After doing this, I'm going to point out that the UI here in Screncast also needs, in addition to a list view, which would give me more of a tabular look, and I'll show you that a little bit when we go to the same group of videos in a folder. You'll get a list. It needs a list view. It also needs the ability to filter that view and to find within the filter. So we can't filter this list at all. So I'm forced with looking at this huge display all the time when I just want to find one or two little videos that I know are a keyword in their name. I'm going to zoom out here in the browser view so I can get back to my listing of what's in the Screencast account. I'm going to go up here to the same collection of videos in actually a folder instead of a collection. So we'll click on that. Here I can get a list view instead of a thumbnail view. List view is useful because when I zoom out, I can read the entire name. And if I use the find function, and let's change the name here to aviation, and we automatically found the first one because it's pretty near the top. I can navigate a lot easier doing this and scroll and find where aviation might be in the title, which helps me find what I'm looking for. But as before, if I want something like NYC, which we know is near the end, it says I don't have it yet. And that's because I'm going to have to, once again, and let me zoom out here, scroll down until I load everything on the page. So filtering, being able to filter by NYC would make this process a heck of a lot faster because I could just call up a display of that one video and not have to do all this silly scrolling. And again, I'm going down here, not there yet. I can't really read these things. They're so small. But I should be close to where NYC is because I can see I'm in 2004. I got to go to 14, I think. So I'm still clicking down. And we're at 215. So let's see if we can get a hit. So we'll do an enter. We got 1 out of 1. We'll hit it. And there it is up here. So I can hold down and click, and there's the video. And now I can go ahead and do my thing. I've obviously scrolled out the player a lot, so that's an issue I'm faced with. I think it would really be a good thing if you could substantially improve the usability of Screencast's display of listings of the videos, especially in the collection side, because it's a collection that I like to share. And if I share a collection now, I mean, unless somebody wants to go through things one at a time, finding a specific one can be almost mission impossible. Again, if there are anything other than extremely short file names for the videos. And when you have a lot of content in a collection, you can't live all the time with a short file name, because I got to be able to find these things in my head. And the way to do that for me is I have to give each one of them a date of when they occurred and then some title, etc. So that's a personal issue, but it's the way things work. And I think it would be to your advantage to substantially improve this. One final thing I'll also mention is that with respect to finding media in a collection or even in a folder, it would be helpful if the UI in Screencast used drop-down controls that would list what's there, so you could select one and navigate there. And in this case, I made a selection in this particular record set, and I navigated to all the videos in there. And I can now select one of these and view it instantly without having to do a tedious scrolling of the web page. Again, the navigation using a drop-down control is much faster than you can do by scrolling a flat web page. So that's another thing that I would highly recommend you consider adding to your user interface to make it more functionally useful for people who are seriously hosting collections and videos on the platform.